Hello. I just want to take a few minutes here to thank the Skagit Citizens Coalition. They had a candidate mixer today, followed by, well, it was a mixer where you get to talk to one another, and then they allowed you 5 minutes to give a speech explaining who you are and why you're running, things like that. And then they had question and answer period with each candidate, so that people in the audience could ask, whatever was important to them of the candidate. And I think that's great. I thought it was marvelous. It was perfect. It was so nice to one, find out that there are other candidates in this state who are running for office who actually have good ideas. I saw a lot of that. It wasn't the boogeyman, horrible Washington D.C. type politicians that were at this event. Thank God. It gives you a little bit of hope, But what I really want to say is to the Skagit Citizens Coalition, good job. This is great because these people are not partisan. It was a nonpartisan event. And they don't just have the candidates forum. They talk about politics. They come together, all different groups, in a nonpartisan manner to discuss what the problems are. That's what we need. My whole thing is I am sick of the Democrats and the Republicans. We need an alternative. This is the alternative. Everybody getting together in their own community to discuss the problems. That does a few things. One, it lets the facts come out. You go and you listen to the television, you listen to Station A or Station B, whatever. They have a slant on something. So that's what you're going to hear all the time if that's all you listen to. But if you get together as a group and you think you know something, and you may, or maybe you don't, maybe somebody else knows something, or maybe somebody can add a piece to that puzzle. So everybody is well-informed, a well-informed citizenry. That's what we need. So I was just thinking about this, and I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't it be great if I did get elected to be congressman? If you so chose to elect me, please elect me. If I could, when I'm not in Washington, D.C., if I could come back here and reach out to the communities, every community that had a nonpartisan group like this that met on a regular basis, I could just go from one to the other, and they could spread out in their community what happened, what I believe in, and spread the word that way, mouth to mouth, or just come to the meeting and hear it from me. And I'd like to be a part of that group, nonpartisan group, not just the congressman coming to speak. I'd like to be in there participating. I wouldn't want to come there and just speak all the time. I'd like to come to a meeting and just sit down and see how it runs and put my 2 cents in. I think that would be great because then I'm acting as a citizen. Even though my job is to be your congressman and I'm doing that congressman stuff, I'm still a citizen too. I want to let you know what I think as a citizen and tell you what I'm going to do for you as a congressman as far as legislating in D.C. and explain that to you. So anyway, I was just thinking, and I thought it'd be something to throw out there to you and to other people. So if you're out there and you're not part of this coalition, you live in a different city or something, maybe you should think about it. I think it has a lot of potential of getting this country back on the right track where we're all, got all the facts and we can all sit down together and come up with a plan. The other thing I want to talk about real quick, because I don't want to bore you with all this, long videos I guess are no good, that's what people keep telling me. Larson just went over $1 million in his campaign chest, okay? And I went to his Facebook page, and there it is, a video of him saying how he was one of the first people to sign on to and introducing legislation to overturn Citizens United, okay? Well, you know what, Rick? You can't have it both ways. You can't be taking all this money from all these corporations and the super rich, and then say, on the other hand, you're against corporations giving money to politicians because corporations are not people. You can't have it both ways. You're playing the game, Rick. I'm not playing the game, and I'm at a disadvantage. Okay? And that's the problem with this Citizens United that I want to bring out to people here. So it doesn't matter if Rick Larson has good ideas or bad ideas. He has the money. I can have good ideas or bad ideas, regardless. I don't have a shot usually. I'm just hoping that these videos help and at least, give me a chance to get past the primary and then be able to meet more with people and present myself more. But for the most part, money runs this country. Money runs our elections. Our votes mean nothing. There are some people out there who campaign on saying we need to, make sure that the election laws are changed because, people who are dead are voting, stuff like that. I think that's nonsense. That's just my opinion. But the real problem we got to worry about is the money that is in our elections. That's what's ruining our electoral process. So that kind of upset me about Rick Larsen. The other thing about him is I just got his campaign letter from him asking for money. Well, after getting $1 million, Rick, I don't think you need any money. I don't know why you're sending out campaign letters like that. But he also stated his 3 main things that he accomplished. One, the U.S. tanker airplanes. Remember that contract that was given to Airbus, and then everybody raised a stink and they rescinded it, and now they finally gave it to Boeing? Well, he's claiming credit for that. Well, you know what, Rick? I was screaming about that. I'm sure everybody else out there was too, including Cantwell and all other politicians. You can't really just say that's your highlight of the last 2 years. That's something that you did. If you did it single-handedly, then yeah, I'd give it to you. But I don't see where that is. What brought that back is that it came out and a lot of people got upset. Not that you did it. The second thing that he did is he claims to have done something of vital importance was the Export-Import Bank. Now that's a good thing. It helps businesses finance overseas so the products can be made here and shipped overseas to be sold. Okay? And that's kind of good. And it's also, it's been good since 1930 something. That's how long it's been in existence. And in the past, it would always get reauthorized periodically. But not this time. And the reason for that has nothing to do with Rick Larsen. And the reason it got passed has nothing to do with Rick Larsen. It was the Tea Party faction of the Republicans who wanted to make a case. They wanted to literally a publicity stunt. They wanted to, their arguments are that we need smaller government. So they wanted to say that this should not be something that the federal government does. It should be something that should be done by the states. So they tried to stop getting it passed. Now what happened is this is a good thing for corporations because corporations get financing too. So I can bet you that the corporations were starting to put pressure on the Tea Party people to say, come on, that's enough. You got your publicity, you made your point, now let's get it passed. And that's what ended up happening. And I guarantee you, it's because the pressure was on. And quite frankly, they probably knew that it was going to pass anyway. Like I said, it's just a publicity stunt to bring attention to their point. And I have a problem with these types of stunts too. Because if that's what you feel, if you don't think government should be involved in it, that's one thing. But you're there to legislate. We get enough problems. Make this point later, after we get people jobs and stop the foreclosures on homes. Things that are important to the American people. Export-Import Bank isn't that important in the big scheme of things. So anyway, he can't. So that's the second thing. He can't take credit for that. There's one thing that I agree with him on, kinda. He was able to get protection for the salmon and the American bald eagle sanctuary in Skagit County. He got that pushed through the legislature, and that's good. I'll give him a little check mark for that. But the point is this: that's not very controversial. Okay. For God's sakes, it's the American bald eagle. What Republican is going to oppose that, protecting the American bald eagle? So, so I got some problems with his 3 bullet points of the things that he's done for us. Okay, and the point is this: that's it. This is all he did. It's sad, and he's not the only one like this either. I'm sure there are plenty of other representatives who have 3 little bullet points that don't amount to diddly squat, because they're not getting anything done in Congress. And I just want to let you know that I will do everything I can to get things done for everyone out there in Congress. I will represent you. I'm not going to guarantee that I can get some bullet points either, but I'll tell you this much. Like I said, it'd be great if I could go around to people like the Skagit Coalition and talk when I'm not in Washington, D.C. I can guarantee you this: I will come around and I will meet with you and I will talk to you and I will address your problems. And if you like what I say or don't like what I say, I will say it to you and I will try to convince you. And and you get the chance to try to convince me that I'm wrong and you're right too. I will not just similarly dismiss your opinions or thoughts. I will listen to everything you say, and if it has merit, and if you can show me it has merit, if other people tell me it has merit, I will pursue it further. I will not be Rick Larson. I will not pop my head out of the gopher hole every 2 years, look around and say, vote for me, and then disappear again. You will see me so often, you will be sick of seeing me. But at least you will know that I care, and I will keep my promise to represent you all. Every citizen, regardless of labels. Thank you today, Skagit Citizen Coalition, and thank you for listening to my rant. I tend to do that, I rant a lot, so get used to that too. But they're good rants. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.